Good morning, everyone. It's me, Rev Rita here, thanks to technology. I want to start out by thanking Reverend Jonathan. Reverend Jonathan, I called you Reverend Jonathan. That's okay, you are. I want to thank Jonathan for helping me to make sure this comes across to all of you, and also to Rob for all he does live streaming and helping this also. So here I am, and I wanted to talk to you today because I am going on vacation in a few days, and I didn't want a whole month to go without you hearing from me. So I know you all listen to me sometimes on Facebook, and I've been doing a blog this week about my whole experience. So I'm not necessarily disconnected from you, but I just felt it was important for me to give this talk today. So I'm grateful for technology and for all the support. So, okay, so last time I saw you was, let's see, it was July 25th, and a lot was going on then, obviously. Something was percolating. And if you remember that service, we were kind of serious that day for no real reason. And I had sung a song and was feeling a little weird about how that went. And then I gave that talk about my diagnosis, or not diagnosis, but my experience with fear of breast cancer and all of that. And I actually said some things that were really interesting, that it just goes to show that there is only one mind, and that everything is already in the field. Because I started talking about being contagious, and that I was never going to look at anyone as if they were contagious. And then the next thing I know, here I am testing positive for COVID-19. Wow. Well, I'm proof that you don't necessarily have to get real sick with COVID-19. It is a very serious illness, obviously, and I am very blessed and fortunate to have experienced it in very, 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 very low grade, but yet still having to be quarantined for almost 2 weeks. So what do I want to talk to you about? The topic is overexposure. And I have definitely felt overexposed this week. I have had so many beautiful and experiences, and then a multitude of feelings, from shame to I'm okay, to when is this going to end, to all sorts of things that go through your mind when something like this happens to you, especially as a religious scientist, because we're not supposed to get sick, right? We're supposed to be healthy because we're spiritual. In fact, I had somebody go and get vaccinated because they said, wow, if it could happen to Rita, it could happen to anyone. I'm going to get my vaccination right now. So I'm like, okay, who am I? I'm a human just like you are. And yes, I am a minister. And yes, I am do my best to stay spiritually fit. And yet things do happen. And the difference between me and maybe some people is I tend to want to find the best in everything. I want to know that no matter what happens in my life, that I'm up to it and I can move through it. I asked my best friend, I go, why did this happen to me? Everybody's testing negative. And by the way, everybody has tested negative that has been around me. Why is this happening? He goes, you're the only one that could take it. I go, I guess, is that supposed to make me feel good that I'm the only one that could take it? I think he meant it as a compliment, and I take it that way, as a compliment. But the difference, I think, between those of us who profess to be spiritually equipped is that we know what to do when stuff like this happens. Do we go off kilter? Yes, we do. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, no matter what, that there's a power and presence behind everything that is moving me through this and has moved me through it. And no matter what, how bad it was or how good it was or whatever, I trust that. I trust that, and I have faith in it, and I stand by it. And when I can't, I reach out. And I had a few days this week where I had to reach out, and I did. And not because I was feeling bad, but because my morale was low, because I felt a lot of different feelings, like I said, from shame to why me. But where am I now? I feel really strong. I feel good. I feel like this was a blessing in so many ways. First of all, I've never slept so much in my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but I haven't slept this much since I started ministry 8 years ago, or 10 years ago, I guess, but let's count to 8 for CSL Kaua'i. I have been sleeping so much and it has been so great. So that's been a big blessing to get that rest. And I've learned once again, every time I get sick, that, Miss Rita, you need to just take care of yourself. And we all need to take care of ourselves. This is a very difficult time for all of us. And we are experiencing something that most of us have never experienced before. And I have this woman who calls me every day from the DOH, and I'm not going to say her name. She wouldn't like that if I did, but she is a gift. And she calls me every day, not to check up on me and see where I am and did I leave the house. She calls me every day just to ask me how I am. It's really beautiful. And she said something interesting to me, because she said, because of what her job is, which is a contact tracer, that people have been so mean to her, like friends that have left her because of that. And I was like, wow, we need to take better care of each other. If I've learned anything through this, we need to take better care of each other. We need to love each other. We need to respect each other. We need to know that everyone's doing the best they can. And that what I choose to believe is that the world is in my favor, the universe is in my favor, and that good shows up. And that woman that I get to talk to every day, twice a day, she's good showing up in my life. And she cares about her job, and she cares about us. And she is doing her job really well. And there's a lot of people out there that are doing their job really, really, really well. And I appreciate them. And I appreciate that we're all in this together. Like she said to me, we're all in this together. And what I know about all this is we can feel overexposed to it. I surely have felt overexposed to it. I stay off of the news as much as I can, only to know what I need to know. But, when people say things like things are getting worse, I think about it and I go, I haven't felt well the last week. If somebody had said to me, things are going to get worse, I don't know where I'd be right now. So I choose to believe things are getting better. And that I know, because of science, that when I tell myself that things are getting better, then better shows up. And so we're all in this together, and we're working through this together. And like I said before, some of this is stuff that we have never, ever experienced in our whole life. And we're doing really good. We are doing great. And I am so proud of Center for Spiritual Living Kaua'i, because love is here. And I know that. And I know that's why we've stayed as healthy as we have in the center, because love is here. And nothing can trump love. I'm telling you, nothing, nothing, nothing. So I'm knowing that things are getting better. And that's what I choose to believe. That's what I choose to look for. And I look to science that tells me, quantum science, that tells me what I focus on grows, and what I look at reflects back to me. And so I choose to believe things are getting better. And even when they look they're worse, they're still getting better. What do they say? Right before the darkest moment, the dawn is there. So the dawn is here. And my prayer is that we'll all love each other. Full kudos of love each other. And that we'll accept and respect everybody's different opinion, because we all have different opinions. And I also invite us to know that things are for us, not against us, and that everyone is trying to help, like I said before. So I've gone through a lot of feelings this last week, but the prevalent feeling has been love. The prevalent feeling has been love for myself, love for all of you, and forgiveness. Forgiveness. When something like this happens, the most important thing is to forgive anything we might think that we did or didn't do or should have done, and all of that. So, I mean, I'm proof that this can happen to anyone, and that I'm also proof that we can take care of ourselves and be healthy at the same time. And that one of the things, as somebody said, well, now, this shows that we need to be more cautious. Well, yeah, we need to be cautious. We always need to be cautious, but we don't need to be afraid. And I would hate for us to be afraid. I would hate for my life to be one that I'm just going to be afraid. I'm getting ready to go to the mainland, and I sat there and I went, is this the right thing to do? But you know what? It is the right thing to do, because I don't know about you, but I want to live my life. I want to see my children. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to see my friends that I love so much. I want to walk this earth and know that life is for me, and that I'm safe and I'm guarded and I'm guided and I'm protected at all times. That's what I want to know, and that's what I choose to know. And I invite you to think about it in your own life, to be grateful. Oh my God, I am so grateful. I have felt more than grateful, more than grateful. So, oh my God, yes, grateful. It's like, gratitude's an interesting thing, because it makes you smile, and it makes you think of so many wonderful things to be grateful for. Just starting a gratitude, just breathing and going, I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm grateful I feel better. I'm grateful that I have a beautiful, amazing husband. I'm grateful that I am waking up today to living on a beautiful island. I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for? Think on it if you start to get down, because it's the one thing that'll bring you up. The one thing, gratitude. So if you want to hear more from me, I am writing a blog right now every day about this and about life itself. And I'm doing treatments on Facebook. This is how I get through my time. And and I'm planning the future. Patrick and I went into a little slump, and if I repeat myself, it's because I had to record this once and I lost the recording, and now I'm recording it again. So I don't remember if I said this or not, but we went into a slump this week. And last night we just stopped ourselves and said, you know what, we need to start planning what we're going to do next. What is CSL Kaua'i going to do next? And we came up with some wonderful ideas that I know he's going to be telling you about during the announcements. And so I appreciate, so grateful. Thank you for all the people that are taking over while Patrick and I are gone. To Reverend Diane and Reverend Dr. Peggy and Roseanne and everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to have a wonderful trip, and we're going to come back with even more gems for you. So with that being said, I think I've talked myself out, but I feel good. I'm grateful, and just have a wonderful rest of service. I miss you, and thank you for all your well wishes and your good thoughts and all of that, and for your treatments too. I am grateful. I am grateful. So I'm going to see if I know how to turn this off now, and if I don't lose the recording this time. All right. So namaste and peace and love. I love you all. Mwah. Kisses, hugs. You are health. Aloha.